A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought. So now, let me refer back to the Ultra 1 review that I've talked about. Simply put, it was a much better blaster than I could have ever anticipated. With all the crap that people have put it through, how on earth could Hasbro even think to continue on with the Ultra series? How would they even think to bring Ultra blasters back into the market if people were just that serious about how Ultra 1 was so flawed from the start? The truth is, though, is that it's not flawed. It's just different than others. That's something we just gotta learn to accept. Well, anyways, this is the Ultra 2, which was formerly known as the Outlaw. Yeah, that's right. They actually called this the Outlaw back when it first appeared. But then, of course, the name 2 pretty much stuck around with it. And as you can see, where is it now? It's strange, because when I had the 1 with me, back when I reviewed it, the name 1 was pretty much present on the side of it, but not here, pretty much. Yeah, I just can't find it anywhere. The name 2 isn't present on this one, so you're just going to have to know that this is the 2, and the other one is the 1, whereas every other Ultra Blaster that we've gotten so far, at least some of them have the names printed on them, but anyways. As this is, in fact, the second blaster in the series, Hasbro certainly tried some new stuff to try and see if the Ultra lineup was going to be very successful. And with this one being a 6-shot revolver, as opposed to a 5-shot revolver like that of the AccuStrike Alpha Hawk, for example. Who would have thought that this one is motorized? Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that we'd finally have ourselves a revolver with motorized action? This is a pretty good example here. And I can say for sure that, well, when people reviewed this for the first time, especially with people like Coop and Drac, their reviews on this was a lot better than what I anticipated because of the crap that they decided to put the 1 through. So, congratulations on that one, Drac and Coop, for doing the right thing and being honest about them. So, anyways, the 2 in general is a pretty darn good blaster for what it is. And, okay, there's one problem I already identified. It's the fact that, well, the grip isn't necessarily big enough to accommodate every finger on it. Even though, well, lengthwise, it should have been able to fit all fingers on there comfortably, whereas this, well, this hooked end of it, as you can see here, is kind of just allowing for my pinky to slide upward a little too far and just kind of mash together with the others. So, basically speaking, this blaster's ergonomics aren't necessarily the best here. I can already tell that for sure. And in terms of function, well, it's just simply put a 6-shot revolver with a rotating cylinder. It rotates on the trigger pull, as you can tell. And of course, it does require some AA batteries for it to run. Much like some other blasters out there, like the Desolator, which I've talked about before. I really loved that blaster, specifically because it went on ahead to use AA's instead of C's or D's, pretty much. Which was kind of a problem in some blasters out there. But the usage of AA's here kind of makes it a little heavy on the front end of it. And by holding it like this, I mean, I'm almost afraid that it's going to fall down like that, pretty much. Even if I hold it firmly, I still kind of feel like it's going to weigh me down, pretty much. This blaster is at least a pound, maybe, with the batteries inside of it, and probably with everything else that it has. Also, let's not forget, that nice metallic gold placard is back in check. As a matter of fact, just about every other Ultra Blaster that we've gotten so far has that nice little bling on the side of it. That nice golden lettering that's present on the sides of the blasters, and simply put, That's kind of a trademark that gets put in. The Ultra banner on the side of the blaster has a nice metallic gold painting with a nice gunmetal gray sort of, I guess, backdrop to it. It kind of has that texture that looks similar to carbon fiber, if you can't already figure that out. Well, look at that. You notice how the gray in the background behind the lettering kind of looks a little sparkly? Whoa! Oh my goodness, yeah. Ignore that, please. So, basically speaking, the Ultra 2 is pretty darn awesome as it is, but let's get going right here with Invisibullets. And here we go. Well, for an Ultra revolver, who would have thought? I mean, that was impressive. Quite a bunch of power coming out of something like this, but anyways. This is quite a blaster that anyone should have the ability to pick up in stores. Anyone should pick this up. I gave the Ultra 1 a pretty good rating, but you know what? The Ultra 2 is slightly better because of its smaller size and its usage of motorized action, just like the 1. So, motorized action, coupled with some pretty nice looks to it, and some pretty good functionality, will allow me to give it a pretty good rating, but not more than 9.0 out of 10. So, in conclusion, 8.7 out of 10. Yeah, 8.7. And if you think that's excessive, then well, just wait until I get onto some other Ultra blasters along the way, because there will in fact be a lot more of them otherwise. I've already talked about the 1, and I've already talked about the 4, and of course, there was also the 5, so in case you haven't noticed, then well, I'm pretty much almost done with all the basic assortments of different Ultra blasters that are pretty much coming around, and so it'll only be a matter of time before I pretty much catch on to some of the others, but until then, if you want to see more, go down to my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.